build process itself is expected to create somewhere in the region of 500,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide when you take into account all of the movement of aggregate, the build, the digging out and the sort of rebuild of that wall. So it's a considerable amount of pollution involved in just creating this reservoir. If you think about it, there's 210,000 tonnes of coal is burnt. That would be the equivalent of how much CO2 would be released. Equivalent to about 700,000 cars driving each year. That's the equivalent of burning 214 million litres of fuel. That would be enough to put 50 litres of fuel in 5 million cars. So not an insignificant amount of carbon dioxide will be produced in the production of this site. The area of the site obviously extends way beyond the reservoir itself. The current solar panel has plans to be moved to a new location. And that new location for the solar farm is here to the north of West Hanney. So in these fields, going across the back of the break between East and West Hanney and into the back of West Hanney, so the north of West Hanney, will be the solar farm. Following the last video, I've had a few questions regarding the dam itself and what should happen if it was breached. They have to follow the Reservoir Act 1975, which ensures that reservoirs are built to a safe standard and are maintained in a proper way. And of course we know what Thames Water's maintenance history has been like, with thousands of miles of pipework that should have been replaced many years ago. Should there be a reservoir failure, a significant failure, let's take worst case, we would be looking at something like 150 million litres of water spread over about a 10 kilometre square area, being about 15 metres deep. Over 100 square kilometres would be about 1.5 metres deep, so the average adult would be up to their sort of chest or neck in water. So let's hope they build it in the right way. Let's assume that they do look after the reservoir walls and that there aren't any problems. Realistically though, it's a pretty low risk, so I don't think dam failure should be a significant risk. The ongoing maintenance of course is a bit of an unknown, especially with a company that's already £15 billion in debt. You have to wonder what the ongoing ability to maintain the reservoir going forward will be. And just going back to which areas will be impacted on the build, that would be Drayton, Marcham, Steventon, Hanney from the reservoir, West Hanney from the solar farm point of view. The A34 at Harwell and Rostock will be impacted with some of the works that happen. Grove along the railway line will be impacted. Culham, where the water extraction and input will be, a pipe will have to run between the Drayton side of the reservoir all the way across to Culham. There will be Abingdon, where there's an underground river, which is quite a considerable build, will have to be dug out, so Abingdon will be impacted. Farmore, there's a transfer pipe that comes in from Farmore, so again there will be a pipe from there into the reservoir. And finally there's the Severn water transfer pipe, which is proposed as the sort of ongoing proposal later on. And that's an interesting one because actually there could be a better option here whereby we look at different solutions and not just one mega reservoir. So there you have it, a brief summary of what's in the pack. There's a lot more. I'll put out some more videos as I get through it. There certainly is a lot of information and more to come, I'm sure, as we see the consultation proceed. So if you get a chance, go to one of the venues. They're being held. They're not particularly well advertised, but there's a lot of information there, even 3D models that may look something like it. And get your chance to have your say. The consultation closes in January. I'll put the dates up on the video here. It's already open and strangely being held over Christmas. What that? Anyway, if you get a chance, have your say. I'll put another link to how you can feedback online too.